It's fall! Brian, make me some chili!
Okay. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian. Practically overnight, it has gone from fairly pleasant weather to quite cold weather.
Yes, but you can see the leaves are all changing here and it's very beautiful. However, we did get our first frost last night, so, whatever. But that's just all the more perfect for chili.
Yes, it is great chili making weather, and as you guys know, I love making soups and I love making chili and all that kind of stuff, but I do also love experimenting and coming up with new ideas for chilies and soups. And so for this one, I set out originally to make a pumpkin chili. Now that in and of itself is pretty darn good. But then when I started tinkering with it and I started coming up with the actual recipe, I think I came up with something truly great. And so I present to you our golden autumn chili. And trust me when I say that this is absolutely delicious. So let's get to cooking. All right, first things first, heat a large pot or Dutch oven to medium high. Yes, I know that my Dutch oven here needs to be cleaned. You can check out a video that we actually did on how to clean a Dutch oven. Now we are adding in 1 medium yellow onion, approximately 2 cups, when diced into about 1/2 inch pieces. After that, we are going to add in 1 medium butternut squash, approximately 1.5 to 2 pounds, or 4 to 5 cups when cubed. And once again, this is going to be to about a 1/2 inch cube. Once in the pot, I like to dry saute it for a little while, just until the onions start to take on some color and the butternut squash starts to get a little bit soft. If you start to notice it sticking, just like it is showing right here, go ahead and add in a splash of water to deglaze the pan. You will probably have to do that a few times though. Next, we are adding in 4 to 5 cloves of garlic that have been minced. Now, this little technique that I like to use here, you don't have to do it whatsoever, I just like to do it, but clear out a little spot in the middle of the pot and kind of cook the garlic right there on the bottom for just a little while before mixing it all in. But you really just want to cook this for about a minute until it is fragrant. And next up, we have a tablespoon of white miso. Now, you actually don't have to use white miso in this recipe. If you don't have it, you could just substitute in like a tablespoon of soy sauce or tamari or something like that. This just adds a lovely salty component as well as some extra little nutrition to the dish. And now for the seasonings. We will need 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, and 1/4 teaspoon of chipotle powder. Then you will need a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric and 1/2 tablespoon of chili powder. If you like our spice jars, Jessica made a wonderful video on how we organized our spices and made them look all pretty. So go ahead and add in those spices to the pot and give them a stir. We want to cook them for about a minute or so, just so they get a little bit toasty and fragrant. You may need to add in a splash of water just to prevent them from sticking and burning to the bottom, because burnt spices will not taste good. All right, now for another key component, you will need 2 cans of pumpkin puree. Now this is 100% pumpkin puree, not like a pumpkin pie mix or something like that, just 100% pureed pumpkin. After that, I am adding in 3 cups of vegetable stock. We of course like to use better than bouillon, but if you have any low sodium vegetable stock, you can absolutely use that. Sorry, I made a mess there and Jessica didn't like it, so she decided to clean it up. Okay, now for the all-important beans. We have 4 cans here, 1 of kidney bean, 1 of garbanzo bean, 1 can of white cannellini beans, and 1 can of black beans. You can really use whatever kind of beans you like. I just really love how this variety plays out in this chili. Go ahead and give that a stir and get everything combined, and then you want to bring it to a simmer. Once it is at a simmer, cover it, turn the heat to low, and simmer it until the butternut squash is done to your liking. I like it to have a little bit of a bite to it, but still be pretty soft, but you don't want to necessarily cook this down into just an absolute mush. So this recipe will make about 12 cups of chili, and that's roughly about 6 servings for us. You can find all the ingredient amounts and the recipe in the blog post linked in the description below, or you can just go to crocsinthekitchen.com. So there you have it. Golden Autumn Chili. This is just, it's superb. Like, I had it yesterday for lunch. I had 1 bowl, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna go for another. So I had another bowl of the Golden Autumn Chili. This is just fantastic. So, Jessica?
And of course, there's nothing better on a cold fall day than a nice warm bowl of chili.
Yes.
This bowl is actually not warm. We're trying it cold.
I warmed it up before, but it has since gotten chilled. So
we're sitting outside in the cold. I actually just have a t-shirt on. It's pretty cool out here, but we're gonna eat some nice warm chili.
It is. Even in a sort of semi-chilled state here, this is delicious.
I love it. It's so good. And we made a few batches. And this one we just kept the final recipe. We're like, yep, nailed it. Just a few little tweaks here and there, and it was perfect.
Yep. And once again, chili is always better the next day once it's sat and kind of absorbed everything together. And actually, I swear, the longer you let it sit, the better it'll get. So
I love the butternut squash. If you cook it to the right consistency, still got a nice bite to it.
Yeah.
It's not mush, and the different kinds of beans actually work, and it actually does make a difference.
Yes, it does.
And when we first made it, I was like, oh, I want more garbanzo beans in there. And then we added extra garbanzo beans, and it wasn't as good. So then we went to garbanzo beans and white beans in addition to the kidney and black beans, and it was like the perfect mix. So yeah, of course, obviously look at our website, get the recipe printed out, make this, let us know. You can amp up the heat with extra chipotle. If you like a spicier chili, the chipotle just goes so well with those fall notes. And it's also, look at me being a food describer.
But yes, once again, you can find the recipe and everything on crocsinthekitchen.com. But I guess I should just get to the close now, since it's cold out here.
Yeah, it is pretty cold.
Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and click the bell that is right next to it. You will get notified whenever we post a new video. You can also find us on social media, mainly Facebook and Instagram. You can go there, see pictures that we post, videos that we post, and of course, I also do live streams every Thursday.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, yes. You can also give the video a good old thumbs up and comment down below, some chili recipes that you like, or which one of my chilies you like the most, because now there are 3. But I think that's all I got.
That's definitely all I got.
We will see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen.
Bye.
Chili, chili, chili.